Hey everyone, welcome to vlog 14. I hope you had an awesome weekend. Looking at today's market here, looking at our GLD, which is still holding on strong, we see we had a little bit of a dip here, but that's right, she's coming right back up. We have our single moving averages both well above our strikes here. Let's go ahead and get our spreadsheet over here, and we are in September. So as we can see, you guys, we have our current play on GLD, which is holding strong. When we opened her stock price was 232.02. Today her stock price is 230.98. But again, that is perfectly okay. As we can see, you guys, as I always emphasize on, is we want to look for the 90-day average when we are going to make our moves, and that's where I like to choose my strike prices. Now, you can choose any strategy you like, right? And I don't recommend that you follow mine. I recommend that you find your own and you work with it. Because, a lot of times when I was first starting out trading, I would follow other people's recommendations. They would say, hey, this stock is going to move this way. Jump in on this and you're going to get some nice gains. So I started following along these people and started making plays on these given stocks, and to be honest, I pretty much lost all of those moves. So I don't know what they were looking at or how they were making the moves, but it wasn't my strategy, right? So it didn't feel right to me. So when I started implementing my strategy, like my long-term stocks, when I was doing my swing trading on my stocks, I was making money. I was making a lot of money. But like I said, when I followed other people's strategies and I didn't make it my own, I was losing money. So the thing I want to leave you with here is you can see what I'm doing. You can take key notes from it, but make it your own. Change it up. Do it so how it makes you feel right. So you're making the moves that you feel comfortable making, right? Because after all, it's your money. And whether I'm winning or losing, it doesn't matter. What matters is, are you winning? Right? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I do. It matters what you do, and it matters that your accounts are growing up and up and up, right? So getting back to this, like I said, we want to keep things very simple, right? So what I mean by simple is I'm not looking at candlesticks. You can look at candlesticks. Now, if you're day trading, you probably want to watch candlesticks, right? I like the line because I'm just trying to keep it very simple and to the point where I can make easy decisions that aren't really messy and hard to duplicate and hard to redo, right? The other thing I want to point out is any strategy that you incorporate, you got to give it at least 100 trades, right? So we're not anywhere near 100 trades yet. If I pull this up here, if I go all the way back to June, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 trades and we had 5 wins. That was awesome. We did very good in June. We were 5 for 5, right? And then we hit July, and we had 1, 2, 3. We had 3 trades. Now, these trades right here, 7, 8, 7, 11, they didn't close until August. So if we go and pull out August, you can see here they are. Those are wins, right? But then we had our big loss, right, on SOXL. We got ourselves in a little bit of a pickle, and we were on SOXL and QQQ. Right? But if you can see, now we're in September, and the gold GLD, we started in August, and now it moved over here. But my point is we're nowhere near 100 trades yet. So the strategy that I'm using, is it a good one or a bad one? We don't know yet. Right now, it's looking good. Now, did we learn something from a previous trade? Absolutely. And one of the reasons that I did it is I wanted to show, what would happen, especially when you have a small account. What would happen if you got assigned on one of these options, which our SOXL, we got assigned, which, for someone starting out in options, that's very, very scary. But what I'm here to tell you is it's not scary. It's part of the game. It's going to happen. And as long as you are putting your insurance in play, you're going to be okay, right? So when this drops down, and it goes all the way down here or goes to 0, you don't have to worry about it because you have the insurance here to protect you, okay? The other thing that I want to point out here is when you're looking at these trades, right, and you're making your moves, when you have a small account, all right, you got to be careful on what you do. Okay, you have to, because here's what can happen. With SOXL, for example, we had actually 3 plays going on at the same time. We had 1 contract on SOXL, and then we had 2 contracts on QQQ, which QQQ came back, thank you Lord, and we took a profit on that. But what the problem was is when SOXL really dropped off the cliff. I mean, SOXL is still, I don't know if she came back this morning, I haven't really looked, but look how far down she is, right? And look at where our play was. I don't even know what's happening there. Okay. When we sold a strike at $56 and we bought our insurance at $51. Okay. So if you look between that, that's $500, right? So we know we had a $500 spread. We took a credit of $135, right? So we know that our max loss is our total spread minus our credit of $135. So we know that we had $365 of a max loss, which if you look at it, that's a lot, right? Because we took in 177, right, for August. July, we only closed 1, we were at 57, right? June, we took in 267. So June was a good month. But look at that. 1 month, 267, and then it got completely wiped out right here. Right? So here's what I'm getting at. When you have a small account and you only have like $1,000 or so to play with, right? If you have a $500 spread, that leaves you $500 of, safety to be able to make a move, to make a defensive move if the stock starts to go against you, which this one did, right? But the play that we were in is we didn't have enough cash in here to be able to roll that out to a future date to try getting that back, which looking at XOSL, that would have never played out, right? Because it just kept going down. We would be continuously rolling and rolling and rolling, right? But QQQ, QQQ is falling way down like it did before, but it came all the way back up, and we were able to take our profit, almost full profit, by expiration. Okay, so long story short, you guys, what I'm saying is keep it simple. Find your own trading strategy. Take a look at this. I do have this spreadsheet available. In one of my other videos, there is a link. I'll find the link and I'll put it in this one for you too. I walk you through on how I created this template. And then again, you can change it up and make it your own, which I've changed this a few times, different things and how I calculate it. But if you've been following along this whole journey with us, you know that we just put in our highs and our lows, we get our 90-day average, and then we take a look at our strikes. And we do but we do pay attention to the delta, right? I like to be under a 30 delta, right? Ideally, it's going to be in the, low 20s, but above like a 28, 29, 30, I'm kind of iffy on it, right? I know some techniques, they tell you just to look for the 21 delta and buy the 21 delta. You can do that. I did that when I was paper trading, and honestly, it didn't work for me, so that's when I came up with this strategy. So again, paper trading is awesome. You can try out different techniques, but at the same time, you need to give it 100 trades, right? We're nowhere near that right now. If we're looking at our win to loss right now, it's very good. But if you're looking at our plays and our overall profit, it's okay, right? Because of this one big loss. But again, I wanted to show you what would happen if you got assigned on an option play. So one, you don't freak out if when it happens to you, because it's going to happen. I mean, it's just the way it is when you're trading options. But two, to make sure that you don't put yourself backed in a corner like I was, where you couldn't do anything. You just had to let it roll. Let it fly, because we couldn't roll it because we didn't have enough money to roll it. But thankfully, our QQQ play did come back, and again, like I said, we took almost full profit on our QQQ, which was in September. It was here. yeah, we took in a credit of $63, so $120 something dollars, and we sold it for 3 cents, right? So I mean, we bought it back at 3 cents. So we took a profit of 120. We took in a credit of 126, and we were able to get 100. So we almost got full profit on that. But again, that was a scary one if you're following along. If you remember, QQQ was struggling, and we had to ride it to expiration, which I don't recommend. We recommend the 21 days expiration. That's where we want to take our gains, do a roll, take our losses, or make a decision there, because once you hit 21 days expiration, you guys, that's when you risk being assigned. Before that, can you get an early assignment? Sure. Is it likely to happen? No, but it can happen. After 21 days expiration, there's a good chance that you can get assigned on that option, especially on a stock play. You will more than likely going to get assigned on that if it goes past that 21 days expiration. So that's kind of where you want your cutoff to be. But that's all I got for this one, you guys. GLD is doing awesome. I was hoping she was going to close out. So let's take a look again at GLD before I let you guys go. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you on this journey. Like I said, growing a small account is fun. Growing a bigger account is even more fun. But the point is we can do this, right? We can take a small account and we can make our little plays. We can take our nice profits and we can slowly build this up to the point where we can get this to be generating a weekly income for us. And that is my end goal result for this journey that we're on, to take someone that only has $1,000 or a little bit more than $1,000 to $1,500, let's say, and start doing put credit spreads to build that account up over time to be able to generate weekly and monthly income from trading credit spreads. All right. So as you can see, we want to take our profit at 44 cents. So we are going to sell it back at 44 cents. And right now it's at 81 cents. It did get down to 69 last week. But if we do take a look, she did drop a little bit here, which is still fine. Look how far ahead we are up here. We just want to keep watching this. I do have my alert right here. So at 226.21. So when it hits this mark, that's when we'll start taking a closer look at this and watching it a little bit closer day after day. Our break-even point is right here. So again, we have a nice gap here, which is feeling nice. Both of our single moving averages are well above our 90-day average. That is key. That's what we love to see. They're going in, our 30 days going in the right direction. Our 7 days kind of not going in the right direction, but that's okay. We can see that our green guy is starting to point back up. He wants to rise. All right. So again, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave it in the comment box below, and I'll be happy to help any way I can. But any way you splice it, go out there, have an awesome day. I greatly appreciate you, and we will see you next Monday. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.